Yo guys, this is Reinhart and today we're gonna be doing some more matches on my luck. So let's get started. For this match I want you to be paying attention to our positioning and the way we outplay them. My priest just got a rogue out of the stalls and their warrior is charging while my priest is here. The paladins have to overextend a little bit and they just feared us, and I'm gonna trinket that shit and I'm gonna howl back. Rogue just popped the trinket and I feared him right off the bat from that shit cause they're putting a really good pressure and you don't want melee DPS to connect on your healer. Rogue pop Cloak of Shadows and all that jazz, but I still am not going to switch to a rogue for one particular reason, because they're very durable at the moment. He focused chip shot me just so they could prevent those pills from me. I already fully dotted the warrior with a demon soul and they're fucking dying as of flies. It was relatively easy match because this team did nothing but just, hey, let's zerk our priest. Yeah man, that sounds good, we're fucking pros. Just shut the fuck up, idiots, and don't do that kind of mistakes ever again. For our next match we're fighting a Balacliffe, which is a Death Knight Feral, and this is a fucking foot for me because both are pretty vulnerable to fears. I'm running in, I'm trying to put my portal up. Of course guys, keep in mind this is a not aggressive melee cliff, which means they kinda suckish. Other than that, Decay, if he grips me, I'm actually could be in a big trouble. So they're getting on me and basically I'm here getting anal by them at the same time. I'm trying to kite them with a freedom and I finally got my UA off. I got full sets of dots, I'm soul swapping to a feral. And I already did a howl and they already popped the trinkets. We are doing pretty good and my poly bought me because hey, it's a fucking melee cliff shitting on a Warlock. What else would you expect here? Yes, I am gonna go down. Anyway, Decay popped a frenzy. Hey, good job, buddy. I'm calling for a switch here on my paladin and I'm fully dotting him up. And I'm DPSing him. And because his frenzy also eats away from 20% of his HP, the guy goes down like a fucking cracker. Easy as shit. Anyway, it was not much of a challenge, but you have to be able to survive those initial bursts that the melee cliffs do against you. Warlocks are very yummy. And also guys, make sure you are switching to a demon armor, because otherwise you're gonna get shit on. Just like a Bajira said, get shit on. Anyway, I'm not a Bajira, I cannot say it very well. Let's move to the next match. For this match, I want you to be mesmerized by my fucking accent and by my ability to kite the fucking rogue and the warrior. This is the worst anti-warlock team you could possibly imagine having up against. A Garrote, Kidney, Stun up your ass, Silence to interrupts, and a fucking Berserker Rage. Go shit and die, Warlock. Anyway, let's get started. Over here I'm putting up my portal and the warrior charges me like a fucking pro and the rogue opens up with a Garrote. I'm jumping down and I'm gonna port back up. And I'm line of sighting the stroke at the same time. Make sure you're freaking line of sight here, because otherwise they can shadow step back to you. Because there's only one melee on me, I was able to apply full sets of dots on the warrior and soul swap him back to a paladin. My priest feared the paladin as well, and we're putting a very good pressure. I got drain soul when the warrior was between 20 and 25%, I believe. And they're smoke bombing here and they're fearing me. I'm gonna trinket that shit and I'm gonna try to apply multiple pressure here, and I got kicked by just a rogue shadow step. I fucking hate that ability to guts, man. My pet goes down here and I'm gonna have to resummon my new pet, otherwise I'm just a huge food for these guys. We're putting a lot of pressure and they already blew out half of their offenses. They put me in a smoke bomb here. Very smart decision because I don't have a pet. I am squishy as shit here. I'm trying to kite, but I'm also have one growth on me, so I'm summoning my pet and I'm finally porting here, and of course I'm getting charged right off the bat. I'm howling this rogue gets dispelled and trying to get my cast off. Finally, after juking these bitches, I actually got my full sets of dots again, thank god. My paladin goes pretty big in here, and we put a focused repentance on the poly and he had to bubble here in order to prevent it, but my priest instantly mass dispelled that shit and he got hatched. Warrior goes down, but these guys were supposed to shoot all over us because they can do so much lockouts on the lock or priest. These guys were playing very bad. In fact, they were playing so bad that I think they were playing worse than Rebecca's Black singing. and to be honest, you have to play really freaking bad to top her off. Anyway, let's move to the next match. In this match, I want you guys to pay attention to our ability to do a good card switches and get shit done. I'm gonna put a portal up here, and I'm gonna start my damage diseases, AIDS, hepatitis, whatever you can call it, on the fucking hunter. And I'm gonna put a Curse of Tongue on the Warlock because to lock out his damage. And because they don't actually have a very good reliable decurs, it fucks them up pretty badly. I put the Warlock in a fear and I'm swapping back to a Hunter. I'm putting Hunter in a fear and the full AIDS on him as well. I'm refreshing my AIDS on a fucking lock and we're putting a massive amount of pressure. A lot more pressure than these guys are putting out. I'm howling this Warlock's fear and the Hunter goes down from my AIDS, and my priest just finally got AoE fear on the Paladin, and both Paladin and the fucking Hunter is going down. I'm calling out for a switch on the Hunter here. All my AIDS did so much damage that he got bopped and deterrence, but he still died to a freaking AIDS. Here's the thing, dude. If you have a bad symptoms of AIDS, if you see a rash on your ass or some shit, don't hesitate to call a doctor earlier. Otherwise, you're gonna fucking die like a little bitch. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope edutainment and helped you a little bit here. Edutainment is education and entertainment. Pretty much just have fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of my videos, leave in the comments below.